close. And allow yourself to arrive into this very moment, this very breath. Your body is here, but allow the awareness, allow the attention to arrive as well. Nothing to do, nothing to achieve or perform, but just arrive, come into this moment, come into this breath. And once you've arrived into this breath, allow your awareness, your attention, your focus to merge into the breath. Nothing to do to it, don't change it. Just allow yourself to be fully aware of the rising and the falling, the coming in and going out. Notice that your awareness is so habituated to being hooked into everything around you. The slightest sound, a slight breeze or an itch, a smell. Just notice that habituation of the awareness, but then make sure with a lot of determination to draw it inward. Just keep drawing that awareness inward, into the breath, into the breath, into the breath. The inhalations, the exhalations. The continual rising and falling of the breath. Like the waves coming in and going out at the shore. Allow your awareness to just merge fully and completely into the breath. If the mind wanders, just gently bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. You can add a very gentle and very powerful mantra to this. The mantra is so hum. So hum. It means I am that. I am one, inseparable from all of existence. I am inseparable from the universe. I am inseparable from the supreme reality. There is nothing I am not. So hum. On the inhalation, as the breath rises gently within you, just allow yourself silently to yourself to chant. So. As the breath rises, the chant of so. And as the breath falls, as you exhale, gently chant to yourself, hum. So on the in-breath, hum on the out-breath. As the awareness is merged in the flowing of the breath. Slowly and gently, bring the palms of your hands together at chest level in Namaste. And gently rub the palms of your hands against each other. And open the eyes. Welcome to Satsang, everyone. It's wonderful to be back. Those of you who were here last week know that I was out for the last few days. It was actually an additional day. I was meant to be back yesterday evening, but with the flow of the universe, unpredictable as it is, with functions and events and flights and fog and etc., last night ended up becoming today, so I just got back. But I'm now, by God's grace, I'm now going to be here continually until the second week of January. So we will have this beautiful gift of being able to gather each evening for satsang. And we begin each night with a question that's come in advance from our family joining us from all over the world online through this beautiful gift of technology. And then we'll open it up to any questions that anyone here has. They've put a microphone right in the center of the room, so any questions, feel free to just come, share your name, share where you're from, and share your question. But first, we'll start with one that's come in advance. If someone is attracted physically to one person, but attracted spiritually to someone else, what should they do? Open their inner eye. Physical attraction wears off very, very, very quickly. Even if we continued to look exactly the same throughout our lives, which of course we don't, even if we did, physical attraction wears off super fast. Our minds, I'll tell you a secret tip about the way that the minds work, the brains actually. They are biochemically programmed to be attracted to newness. If you've ever done any of those optical illusions, that say like stare at this green dot for 60 seconds and then look out there and you'll see colors, or stare at this one shape for 60 seconds and it'll blur, it'll disappear, right? We all see these when we're young. How does it work? How does it happen? You're staring at something, and it disappears right before your eyes. It's an amazing optical illusion. Why? Because if you actually stare at something without blinking, it's why if you've ever done one of those partner meditations where you look in each other's eyes without blinking, the other person starts to kind of deform right in front of you. It's very interesting. It's a little offsetting if you've never done it before, you didn't know what was going to happen. And it happens because our brains are literally programmed to only be able to recognize newness and change. It's how they work. So if you have a beautiful cookie or cake or piece of pie or pizza or chocolate or whatever it may be that tastes super yummy, on an actual level of the cells of your tongue and your brain, you're only really enjoying it for the first 2 or 3 bites. Beyond that, the brain has stopped responding. Pay attention next time. Eat something that you love, that you think is super yummy. Eat it slowly and really notice how it tastes in the first bite, how the 4th bite tastes, how the 5th bite tastes. We actually stop responding to it, okay? So it is how our brains are created. It's because the brain requires an incredible amount of glucose. The vast majority of the calories we eat, the glucose we take in, goes to our brains. It's why when we starve, our brains stop functioning long before our bodies do. We get lightheaded, we get confused. Long before our bodies actually start to collapse, our brains do. And so in a beautiful, beautiful plan by the divine creator to conserve energy in the brain, at some point it was decided, well, if it's the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, I don't have to keep paying attention. I can shut down the glucose storage. Save some energy. I've already tasted this pizza 3 bites in a row. I don't also have to fire on the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. So everything, including attraction, has a very, very, very short period of time that it lasts. Because we are biochemically programmed to want newness. So you may be super attracted to somebody, get together with them, marry them. And amazingly, if all you've got is the physical attraction, in a couple of months you find yourself noticing the waiter, the waitress, the other person walking down the block. You think, my God, like so fast? It's not your fault. People feel really badly about it. It's not your fault. It's how our brains have evolved over millions of years. Just think about it as your brain conserving glucose, okay? But the dilemma is, what it means is, physical attraction is a very, very, very poor way to make a decision. Spiritual attraction, much better. And what you'll find is really interesting is as you connect with someone deeper and deeper on a spiritual level, the physical attraction arises. But arises in a way that is not this contracted, blinders on, just lust, gotta have it type of attraction. But it's an actual deep attraction to getting closer and closer with that being. And that's the attraction that's going to last. It's the attraction that's going to be there even when he or she is sick, looks awful. First thing in the morning before brushing their teeth, brushing their hair, the attraction is still there. As the years go by, the attraction deepens. As your spiritual connection deepens. So absolutely choose spiritual attraction over physical attraction. 100 times out of 100. Yeah, wonderful. Other questions? Yes, don't be shy. Come, please.
Namaste. I don't know whether this is a spiritual question. I'm sorry for my throat.
If it's important to you, it's exactly the right question.
So, well, it is important to me. Okay. So I just got this thought. I was sitting there. So I'm a chartered accountant, been working for over 38 years now, going strong, enjoying my work. I'm a cancer winner as well. And I do get this question from others, saying that you're doing a lot of travel, you're working all the time. Well, I'm on a break now. The question is, how do I really take a break? I'm honestly worried about slowing down. So I just thought I'll check that, saying that, is it okay to keep running? Or is it time to slow down? Thank you.
Great question. The mind should always be in a state of calmness. The ultimate goal is the action is on and the mind is calm. That's the goal. Keep doing. There's nothing in any of our scriptures, any of the teachings by any of the great masters that says, slow down, stop, you're running too fast. It's all about doing our dharma, doing our duty, being an instrument in the hands of the divine, serving, flowing. Ganga never says, okay, I'm done. Done enough. Now let somebody flow for me. Never. So these are the models that we're given. But The mind is meant to be calm. If the mind is running too fast, then we get tired, we get cranky, we get neurotic, we get negative, we get all sorts of patterns that make our work not very good anyway. So the quality of our work goes down. The bhav with which we are working disappears completely. So we're neither benefiting those we're working for, nor we are benefiting our spiritual practice. And we become in kind of a lose-lose situation. The dilemma is what most of us do at that time is we say, I need to stop. Now, you may need to stop for a brief period of time. A retreat, a recharging. Wonderful. It's why we come to holy places. Come, recharge your batteries. But the ultimate teaching is not stop the action. Because sitting on a couch, drinking chai and eating pakoras and gossiping is also action. It's just different action. But you're still acting, you're still doing. Better that you're doing something that is dharmic, that it is dutiful, that it is seva, that it is beneficial. So assume that up until the day that the breath leaves our body, we are meant to be in action. The question becomes, though, how do I keep the mind stable and calm so that action flows through me rather than becoming forced by me? And that's the key. So if you're a chartered accountant and you love doing it, and it excites you, and you feel like you're helping people, and you can do wonderful seva, fantastic. There's no rule about what counts as karma yoga and what doesn't. What counts is the perspective in our mind. I know doctors for whom their practice is their meditation. And I know doctors for whom every hour is something that's a grudge and they hate it, and the entire spectrum. And I know people in almost every profession on both ends of the spectrum. So it's not about what you're doing. It's about how you're doing it. Are you seeing yourself as an instrument in the hands of the divine? If you've got a skill, and you've got this beautiful skill as an accountant, and you can help so many people, wonderful, beautiful. But at the end of the day, as Pujya Swamiji always says, we've got to check our own balance sheet. So you mentioned in the question that you were still concerned, that even, you go away, but still the mind is worrying. That you don't want to happen, because that's the attachment. And the work becomes karma yoga when we are able to relinquish the attachments to the fruits of the actions. Otherwise, it becomes all perspiration and no inspiration. It becomes we are the doer. I worked so hard on that report. How dare it not pass? How dare I not be the one chosen? How dare I not get an A+? Whether it's for a boss or for a teacher. Whatever we're doing, there's a sense of attachment to it. I planted these seeds. How dare it not rain? Curse this weather. Right? We lose ourselves, we lose the purpose of the work in the attachment to it. So if you find that you're here, but your mind and your worry and your nervous system is still with different aspects of accounting, it's a beautiful opportunity for you to learn how to be that instrument Do your absolute best, and then leave the rest in the hands of the divine. And that's what we're all called upon to do. Whether it's in a relationship with someone, the question arises with parents of their children, spouses, people in the workplace, entrepreneurs. I mean, every facet, every sector of life, we do something. We try. But then we're attached to what is the outcome. Is it going to succeed? Are we going to win? Are we going to be chosen? Are we going to be appreciated? Are we going to be loved? Is it going to be implemented? Is it the thing that's going to whatever? And that's where we get stuck. So let your work be that beautiful spiritual teaching. Do it as karma yoga. If you love it, fantastic. Consider yourself very blessed. So many people get up every day and they hate what they do. You love it, keep doing it. Don't let anyone convince you that you would be better off sitting at home on the couch watching TV and eating pakoras and gossiping. You're much better off doing exactly what you're doing. But just develop a practice of you do the best and then you leave it. You know, there's a tradition in traditional societies that we've lost a lot these days with work from home and work on our phones and work on our, devices with us. It used to be that people got up in the morning, they took their shower, they did their puja, they had their breakfast with the family, they left the house, they went to the mandir on their way to work. They did puja, they did parikrama, they bowed, they did whatever they did. They then got to the office. They spent a certain number of hours in the office working hard. Then they left the office. They stopped again at the temple on their way home, offered it back to the divine, come home, now with the family, dinner, bathe, puja, whatever it is. So there was built into the day the necessity to leave it at the office. There was no way to take your work home. Other than doctors who made house calls with, little black bags, everybody else had to leave their work at the office. Now the dilemma is we've got it constantly with us. And so we've become kind of neurotic about it, as though somehow a lot of us live our lives with a feeling of like we should be doing something with the moment. God forbid I'm in an elevator for 4 floors and I don't get an email sent. Right? Every minute has become, what can I do in the minute? Order your coffee, standing in line for the coffee to come, I should get 2 or 3 emails sent. Now, on the one hand, yeah, we're supposed to use every minute of our lives, but not use it only in the get work done modality. We forget that our work is also to be present. A lot of us could tell, which 2 emails we sent or 3 emails we sent while we waited for the barista to give us our coffee. But we couldn't tell you one thing about what the barista looked like. Man, woman, old, young, dark, fair. Nobody's any idea. Who was standing next to us waiting for the coffee? No idea. A kid, an adult, a man, a woman, a family, a business person. We have no idea. Because we are so focused only on what seems to us as work. So as you're here, allow yourself to realize that you also have some other work. The breath. Is it rising? Is it falling? Is it coming in? Is it exhaling? Is it long? Is it short? Is it deep? Is it shallow? Is it warm? Is it cool? Who's standing next to you? Just an awareness, an inner awareness and a spacious awareness. We have to realize we also have that as work. So it's not stop working. It's just have a bit of a broader vision of what counts as your work. Great. Yes. Other questions? Yes, please. Hari Om.
This is Mohit. And
Just one sec.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. This is Mohit, and I'm here from Gurgaon.
Wonderful.
And I'm an engineer by profession. So I have a question like, when there are few souls in your life whom you are deeply connected or you cared for them, and now they are not with you.
Now they are?
Not with you.
Not with you.
They have been taken away, or you're not sure whether you will be able to meet them or not. And how to manage that void and that disturbance that has created inside you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So loss is one of the great challenges of life. It isn't easy at all, and yet it is guaranteed. The dilemma with each of us is that we seem to live until we lose someone we love. We seem to live with this idea that it won't happen to me. It's like our own death. We know we're going to die. It's the only guarantee. And yet most of us live with this idea that somehow each of us is going to be that one first human being ever on the planet who's not going to die. Intellectually, we know we will. But deep within us, very, very, very few of us are actually moving through the world with a deep awareness of our own inevitable death. So dealing with loss is critical. The way to do it, I think, is twofold. Number one, don't try to get over it. You cannot repress it, suppress it, deny it, fill it with something else, pretend it's not there. None of that works. All it does is create a wound that festers. If you've got a wound, turning your back to it is going to serve you not at all. Everybody knows the faster you take care of it, the better. Clean it, put something on it. In the same way, when we lose, we allow ourselves to grieve. And in some situations, the grief may be a few weeks, it may be a few months. In some cases, that grief may last us our entire lives. There's no timeline on grief. There's no half-life, there's no expiration date. There's no time at which anyone should feel like, I should be over this by now. However, along with allowing the grief, we also allow the breath. The grief is simply truth. It's simply there in the moment. It is sadness. We loved, they are no longer here. But we also allow truth. And the truth is, number one, that actually, even though they're not with us physically, the soul is there, the spirit is there, consciousness is there. That which we loved in them so deeply is actually still here. Because it wasn't just the body. It wasn't the sound of their voice only. When we really love, we love soul, we love spirit, we love essence. And that is still there even when the body dies, moves away, divorces us, ghosts us, whatever it is. That soul connection is still there. So we allow ourselves to realize that, because loss can also be a drama. And a lot of us can also get into a drama around it. And I don't mean that in a negative or putting down way, but a lot of us start to develop an identity around the one who was lost, the one who was left, the one who has lost. And that identity becomes what we move through the world with. And that identity keeps us from being who we really are. It keeps us from being true in the moment because we're continuing to simply play a role that isn't actually part of our current reality. So when I say be with the truth, it means the truth in this moment. A lot of us also, the last piece is, a lot of us hold on to grief almost as though to not be grieving is disloyal to the one we've lost. How dare I laugh, love, enjoy when my mother, father, husband, wife, child, best friend are no longer with me? And there's a sense of how dare I, as though somehow it undermines their importance. And it doesn't. And so being with the truth means allow the grief when it is real, when it is there. But don't try to bring it up because there is this neurotic be extraordinary grief. If there is, allow it. The tears will flow. Whatever will flow, will flow. But when in this moment there is joy, there is a rising sun, there is a bird you've seen, there are stars in the sky, there's a beautiful tree, there's a moment of deep connection with another being. You see something that makes you laugh. You see something that makes you smile. Open to that as well. And so we allow the growth of truth around the grief. So nobody's trying to remove the grief, change the grief, fill the grief, deny the grief, not at all. But we simply allow ourselves to grow in presence, expand in truth as the days unfold one into the next around it. And slowly, slowly, slowly we notice that the nature of the grief shifts. It's still there, but we're no longer paralyzed by it. We're able to put one foot in front of the other. We're able to smile. We're able to laugh. We're able to love again in life. But again, there's no correct timeline. Whatever the timeline is for you is exactly the right timeline. Last piece, though, because this arises with a lot of people, especially when it's been multiple losses, is we feel like we're being punished by the universe. And there's a sense of like, what did I do wrong? This life, past lives, like, why is the universe against me? Why is it everyone in my life? And so either we start distrusting the universe, or we distrust our own worthiness of love, of presence. We feel like maybe it's me, or we're angry at God. We are not being punished by the universe. It is not a statement about our worthiness at all. It is simply the unfolding of the karmic journey of our individual soul that needs to experience these circumstances, these situations, for its soul's unfolding and freedom. And it's how my individual soul has woven together into a beautiful tapestry with other karmic packages of other individuals. And together, we've woven together. For some period of time, those threads were together. Now the threads go different ways, but they're still connected. But it's not about worthiness, it's not about punishment, it's not about God's anger, not even the slightest bit. It's about simply the karmic journey that I need to take in this lifetime, to have the lessons, to have the unfolding, to have the expansion, the growth that I'm meant to have. Okay? Yeah. Yes.
Hello, Hari Om. I'm Susanna, I'm from Belgium. I would like to ask a question about the essence. You said that the essence is still here, the consciousness is still here. So my question is, so it's linked to rebirth and spirits. And so this is something, I'm really asking myself since a long time. So once a person dies, it's true, there's like still communication possible, etc., etc. At one point, maybe there's rebirth. So my question is, so is then at one point this connection or this consciousness or this essence not there anymore because it has changed, it has evolved, it has gone on? Or is it still there and for the whole of your life you can connect, and then what kind of connection is it? But mostly of all, how can we understand this essence moving on, and where does it go? And then, this thing is a big question.
Yes, it is. It's a huge question. It is the stuff that many scriptures, commentaries on the scriptures, commentaries on the commentaries, courses, degree programs are based in. So you are not alone in feeling like this is a huge topic. Let me try to give it to you as succinctly and simply as possible. Consciousness, like energy, is never created nor destroyed. Today on Earth, we have the same energy that was released in the Big Bang. Okay? This is what scientists tell us. Energy was released at that one moment. To this day, that is exactly the same energy that is here on this planet. Whether it's the energy in our bodies, the energy in the trees, the energy in the earth, the energy in the air, all of that energy is the same that came out of that Big Bang. Okay. Consciousness, unlike that type of energy, does not even have a beginning. At least with the energy, we can go back to the Big Bang. We can say, okay, that was a moment in time. Consciousness is said to be essentially eternal, unborn. The soul, as we speak about the soul, never born, never dies. It just is. We speak about our individual soul sometimes as a drop of the ocean, but it's actually more correct to speak about it as the ocean in a drop. Okay, think about that for a moment, because that's also a bit to wrap your head around. It is the ocean in a drop. You are not a drop in the ocean, but the ocean in a drop, meaning you are not part of. You are the whole. The entire whole in you. So when we speak about consciousness, it's not my consciousness, your consciousness, her consciousness. It's that each of our physical bodies with physical brains, with physical white and gray matter enclosed in a skull of physical weight and size, is connecting to soul, consciousness, in a different way. Hence the different experiences. Okay. That's on one level. Because the other aspect, of course, is we have different traditions that speak about all of this actually in different ways. We have a tradition of non-dualism, Advaita Vedanta. There is nothing but Brahman. We then have traditions that speak about the trinity of the divine, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, creation, sustenance, destruction. Different way of understanding. In Advaita, this is seen as all happening in Maya. But in all of the other, or most of the other traditions, it is seen as this is true. Krishna, Ram, these are incarnations of Vishnu here to sustain. By no means part of Maya. Many, many traditions consider them the supreme reality. So the other opportunity we have, it can be seen as a challenge, but I like to think of it as an opportunity, is we actually even have different ways of understanding the same truth, even within one Vedic tradition of Sanatan Dharma. Okay. But without getting too complex, so we have consciousness, neither born nor dies, nor can be contained. We then have what we call Jiva Atma, individual soul. This is in the traditions that speak about karmic paths, karmic journeys, life and death and rebirth. That individual soul is taking birth after birth after birth in different bodies, different circumstances, different situations, based on its karmic package. Past lives, all of the past lives together, the sum total of that. What do I need? What circumstances, what situations, what lessons, what opportunities do I need in this life to take my next step to self-realization, to moksha, to enlightenment? And those are the circumstances and situations I'm going to be given. They're a product of my karma, my actions of my past births, and they are a product of exactly what my Jivatma, with my Sukshma Sharir, my subtle body, my mind, my intellect, my ego, that travel with my individual soul from body to body. What does that package need to get closer to freedom? And those are the circumstances and situations that we find ourselves in. So when we speak about essence, the essence is the divine. Every single one of us in this room could go out to the marketplace and we could come back with an empty container, plastic container, glass container, metal container, copper container. And we could come into this room and we could open our container, fill it with the air of this room, and then close the container. And every one of us could hold a container of air. And yet, although the container is different, the essence is the same. Exact same air. And in fact, then the pathway to a union of us via these containers would be to break the containers. Right? The container becomes the problem then. What do I have in my container? Air. What do you have in your container? Air. Any difference? Nope. What is outside my container? Air. What are we fighting over? my container and your container. If we are able to see that the border and boundary of that container is actually the source of our sufferings, our challenges, our illusions, and allow ourselves to be free of that, free of the illusion. We can hold on to the container if we want, as long as we're able to see that the essence of that is exactly the same as the essence of every other container, as is exactly the same as exactly that which is not in my container, because there is nothing but this air. So when we speak about essence, the essence is the divine. Unbroken, unchanged. And yet, when we speak also about soul and essence with that, and we're speaking about it on the level of an individual, Jiva Atma, and we talk about that connection that we had, a soul-to-soul connection, there's definitely a feeling that we are connecting with another soul. And yes, it's a union, it's a reunion, back with self. And that self is associated with another Jivatma. And that's a beautiful connection. So when I speak to him about the essence of them is still here, it means the container is broken, but the content is here. The content has never been anywhere but here. Does that make sense? You can ask a follow-up if you want. I know it's a lot, and there's also, as I said in the beginning, so many different ways of talking about it that the same thing can mean slightly different things in different traditions. Come back for a second, just so everyone can hear you then. Yeah.
Like the connection a little bit more down to earth. Like when somebody dies, sometimes you can go to a medium or to somebody, and these people can get in touch with that exact essence or energy of that person.
Yes.
So that people are talking to you through somebody else. And my question is, can this stop? Why? How does this happen? Are these people then still here somewhere because they haven't been reincarnated yet? Maybe the moment, if this is true, they reincarnate, then will this possibility to connect with them stop?
Absolutely, yes. And in fact, we have evidence of this. There's lots and lots and lots of evidence of especially children remembering past births vividly. Oh, I was this person, I was in this village. And there have been a lot of stories, and stories, for example, that I've heard directly from Pujya Swamiji in his life that he witnessed with young children remembering, and they actually went to the village and it turned out, yes, this had happened. So we know from just an overwhelming amount of evidence that this Jivatma, this individual aspect of soul that is taking birth in the cycle of birth and death and rebirth until it remerges fully back with the Supreme, can be contacted, connected with, absolutely. In the same way that these boys remembered, same soul but past body, and I remember the full story. Lots of stories, again, as you say, with mediums. So many people connect with loved ones who have departed, sometimes through a medium, sometimes without a medium. Lots and lots of ways. However, when the subtle body essentially burns off, meaning our karmic bank account is finished. Those impressions of the mind, of the intellect, of the ego are purified and literally like burned off. Then that soul can no longer be contacted, because then that soul is no longer said to be in this cosmic astral realm of separateness, of individuality. Then it's just remerged with the divine. And yet, a caveat to that as well, because we also have stories of many, many people that I believe totally, fully, and deeply, of having deep connections with enlightened masters who, by all means, I am sure, attained total freedom, were probably free when they even took birth the first time, and so are not floating around as, souls or waiting to take birth again, but absolutely are merged into the divine, and yet are accessible by people. I know lots and lots of stories of lots of people with a lot of different past masters. Some who they knew personally, their guru, then the guru leaves his body or her body. Some where they never actually met the guru in the body, but discovered them only after the guru had left the body, but were able to actually feel that. I had experiences like that with Paramahansa Ramakrishna when I first started reading the Gospel of Ramakrishna. Obviously never met him in the body, but absolutely felt his presence, undeniably, through simply reading the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. So, not just from my experiences, but from so many people I know. So I also don't believe even, although theoretically this is what we're told, that when they have then merged back into the inseparable, the metaphoric salt doll has merged back into the ocean, inseparable now, back out as a salt doll. Salt has dissolved. Nonetheless, they are still contactable and still accessible. So I would say yes, yes, and yes to the ability to contact and connect. The exact metaphysics of how it works, I could not tell you. But I think that there are some things in life that are meant to be known as true, even though our tools of science have not yet caught up with them. It's a very sad state that far too many of us live in, where if we cannot prove it or demonstrate it empirically, tangibly, we're not really able to believe that something exists. And so we lose out, I think, on so much of the magic and the miracles and the power of life, because, of course, whether it's love, whether it's God, whether it's soul, you cannot see it under a microscope. You cannot see it with a telescope. It does not fit in a beaker. It doesn't have a weight. It doesn't have a volume. I cannot prove to you that I love someone, but I know I do. I cannot prove to you that God is there, but I know God is. And so it seems to me like actually the most important aspects of life are that which our tools of science are not able to help us with. And that doesn't trouble me. It actually excites me. I think it's beautiful, because I think it is pushing us into the realization that there are other ways of knowing. Yeah, beautiful. So we have a birthday today, and before we conclude satsang, I would like to celebrate the birthday with everyone. Would you like to come up on stage? Come here, there's a stair. You can come. You want to sit down? Bet y'all wish you had such a cute birthday dress. So we have, stay, yes. No, your dress, perfect. So we have a beautiful birthday tradition here in satsang, which is that we sing happy birthday in as many languages as we have people in the room who speak those languages. So do not be shy. It's many, many people's first experience at a microphone singing happy birthday in the language of the country they're from in satsang. So whatever language you speak, we will sing together in that language. But first we will start with our Sanskrit. Sounds good? Okay, do you have anything you want to say on your birthday first?
Birthday.
Yeah, that's my mic. Bola, bola, bola. No, kaun mein nahi. Bola, bola. Kuch bola.
My birthday.
Yes, it is. Do you know how old you are? Kitne saal ka?
7.
7. Wow. That's okay. 7 next year. Exhale jaldi hai hum log. Isn't it great? As kids, we always want to be just 1 year older, just 1 year older. Okay. You want to be 6 or you want to be 7?
7.
Okay. That's all right. She can be 7. No problem.
6 year complete.
Okay. Okay. 7 years starting. Okay. So can we sing happy birthday to you? Okay. And what is your name?
Dhyana Goti.
Dhyana. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So we are going to celebrate your birthday with beautiful chanting, first in Sanskrit, then in every language. Oh, is this your brother? Sister. Okay. Okay.
विजयी भव सर्वत्र सर्वदा भवतु मङ्गलं जन्मदिनं तव सुदिनं सुदिनं जन्मदिनं तव भवतु मङ्गलं जन्मदिनं तव भवतु मङ्गलं जन्मदिनं तव ॐ दीर्घायुश्च ओखदे खनिता जस्मै चत्वा खनाम्यहम् अथोत्वान् दीर्घायुर्भूत्वा शतवलशा Virohatat.
Okay, great. Now, other languages. What other languages do we have? Anybody, do not be shy. Whatever country you are from, whatever language you can speak, come. Yes, wonderful. You'll give everyone else courage. Yes.
Wait, I can't see it. Lang zal ze leven, lang zal ze leven, lang zal ze leven en de gloria, en de gloria, en de gloria hip, hurrah! Hip, 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 hurrah! Hip, hip, hip,
Hooray!
hurrah!
Wonderful. You are from the Netherlands, yes? That's from the Netherlands? Belgium, yes. Wonderful. Great. Netherlands, other countries, other languages. Don't be shy. Of course, but we're going to get some more languages. Yes.
I'll be sorry. I'll be singing Italian.
Italian. Okay.
Tanti auguri a te, tanti auguri a te, tanti auguri, tanti auguri, tanti auguri a te.
We haven't done English yet. Let's do English while other people gather their courage. Okay, everybody can do the English one. So English we will sing together, and then our other languages will get ready. Okay, English. 1, 2, 3, everybody together. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Diana. Happy birthday to you. Birthday to you. Wonderful. Yes. Huh?
बार बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिन ये गाए, तुम जियो हजारों साल, ये मेरी है आशिकी. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to Dhyana. Happy birthday to you.
Any other languages? Yes, good, thank you.
I'm from Germany. Zum Geburtstag viel Glück, zum Geburtstag viel Glück, zum Geburtstag, liebe Diana, zum Geburtstag viel Glück.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hi, in Catalan.
In?
Catalan.
Catalan.
From
Wonderful.
Spain, but
yes,
in Catalan.
Of course.
Moltes felicitats, moltes felicitats, et desitgem, Diana, moltes felicitats.
There we go. Okay. Wonderful. Other languages? Any other language? Okay. Well, happy. Everybody's matching. Wonderful. Well, happy birthday to all of you.
Thank you.
Was this a fun birthday party? Okay, you want to share sweets with them? Okay. You can eat it then. Here. Done. Thank you. I'm good. Wonderful. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your evenings, everyone. A beautiful morning and day to our family joining us online from all over the world. And I look so forward to being together with you all in Satsang tomorrow. Thank you so much for celebrating Diana's birthday with all of us. Oh, and there is a cake. Okay. So don't leave because there's Yeah, your birthday cake. Look at that. Are you going to feed everybody cake? Hmm? Okay.